Hi, I'm Haley, and today I want to talk about something that affects so many of us. But we don't always talk about it. It's teen mental health. And I know just hearing those two words, mental health, can feel heavy, maybe even awkward. But it matters. And whether we talk about it or not, it's something that is a part of every one of our lives. So today, let's talk about it with honesty, with empathy, and with no judgment. How many times have you said, "I'm fine," when you really weren't? I've done it, we all have. Sometimes it feels easier than explaining what's actually going on. Or we don't want to seem like we're being dramatic. We don't want to burden anyone. So behind "I'm fine," there can be a lot of pain, confusion, and loneliness. And we're not the only ones doing it. Think about your friends, how many of them are also pretending, smiling, laughing, or cracking jokes, but feeling totally overwhelmed inside. You never really know what someone else is carrying, unless you ask or unless you care. So let's be real, teen mental health is a crisis. In 2021, 3 in 1 teen girls seriously considered suicide, and over 40% of teens said they felt persistently sad or hopeless. That's not some distant statistic. That's real people. People we pass in the halls, sit with at lunch, text late at night, people we know. And after the pandemic, things only got harder. Isolation, fear, uncertainty. A lot of us felt like the world had changed, and no one really asked how we were doing. So this is not just a phase, it's a crisis, and it deserves serious attention. So why don't we talk about it more? Because it's scary, vulnerable. We don't want to be labeled or seen as weak. Some people think no one will get it anyway, and that thought, that no one will understand, it keeps people quiet. And honestly, some of us have tried to open up, and we got brushed off, or laughed at, or told just to get over it. That kind of rejection makes it even harder to speak up again. And in some schools, there isn't just enough support. No one trained to help, no spaces that feel safe, but we can't stay silent, because silence doesn't just protect us, it isolates us. But there is hope, and people working to change things. One of those groups is called Active Minds. It was started by a college student named Allison. After losing her brother to suicide, she turned her pain into purpose. And now Active Minds is on over 600 campuses, and is helping students speak up, take action, and support each other. And what's powerful is that it's not adults preaching at us, it's students leading the way. It's peer support, it's us helping us. Active Minds organizes mental health events, support groups, and campaigns that normalize talking about what we're really going through. They try to make it okay to say, "I'm struggling," without feeling like you have to apologize for it. They're creating a culture where talking about therapy, anxiety, depression, or burnt out isn't a taboo. It's just real. It's about honest conversations, access to resources, and reminding each other that nobody has to go through it alone. The best part, you don't have to wait for someone else to make change happen. We can do this right now. Start a wellness club. Create a chill out corners in classroom. Write anonymous positive notes. Share helpful resources on social media. Talk openly about stress or struggles, or even just checking in with friends. Like genuinely checking in can mean the world. You might not think that small acts makes a difference, but for someone who is hurting, it can mean everything. But what happens happens if we don't talk about this? What if we stay silent? Then the pain keeps building. People keep hiding it. And too often, they start believing that no one cares. No one should ever feel invisible. But ignoring mental health makes that feeling worse. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine a school where people feel safe to be real, where asking for help isn't a weakness, it's just a part of being human. That kind of environment doesn't just happen, we build it together. So imagine what could change if we really showed up for each other. More connection, fewer people feeling alone, like no one sees them, more honesty, instead of hiding behind, I'm fine. We'd say what we really feel and know that it's okay. Because asking for help takes courage, and courage is strength. More support, students helping students, teachers listening, schools creating real spaces to breathe, to cope, and to be human. More lives saved, because when we talk, and when we care, when we act, when we give people a reason to hold on. Small changes in conversation can lead to big changes in culture. So, what could we change? Everything. One of my friends once told me something that really stuck with me. They said, I used to feel invisible, like I was just showing up, doing the motions. Then I joined this little wellness group at school. It wasn't fancy or anything, but for the first time, I felt seen. That hit me hard. Because sometimes it's not about having all the answers. It's about feeling like someone gets it, like you're not weird or broken, like you belong. And that kind of support can change someone's whole outlook. So here's the challenge I want to leave you with. Let's be the generation that doesn't hide our pain. Let's check in. Let's speak up. Let's create a space for each other. Let's start wellness clubs. Let's push for mental health days. Let's show up with empathy and without judgment. Because your mind matters, my mind matters, and everyone's mind matters. And together, we can change the way the world talks about mental health. Let's not wait. Let's make it happen. Thank you.